And for the asset wizard, we will press the Asset Workbench mode. There will be different options. The Asset Workbench is the one that we need. You have two options, the create new or create all columns. The create new will be similar to the quick addition because you will have a minimum quantity of columns to complete. One of the things that normally I would recommend to any customer will be to delete any column that you don't need. Then that make it a lot easier. For example, in my case, I don't have any of the descriptive flexos for the assignment or for the transaction. Then I will just delete them, and then that might make my template very small. And then I could use also an asset from a previous asset that I could use for download. Then when I say download using the sheet data, after putting the number there on the spreadsheet, we'll download that asset, and then that could help me as a template. The next, after I download the asset, would be to clear the status column. And if you see, I can check all the different values that came there. I could modify the columns. If I double click anywhere, I can see the forms with the different lists of values. And then now we'll do the clear status columns and then take away the asset number, because in my case the asset number is automatic. I will put the units to change, and then I can even, using Excel functionality, I can just copy and paste, just selecting the fields or selecting the row, and then I could create multiple assets at one time. For the asset action, I will put their addition at the default column, and that will apply for all the rows that I'm creating. And when I say upload, you can see how easy and fast it is to create multiple assets at the same time. And again, because I have automatic asset numbering, they will come automatically there. Now I can keep doing the same stuff, even opening the forms, looking at the different lists of values if I need to change something, and then even the list of values are connected to Oracle, then they will bring me what is available on the system. Now if I press the Asset Workbench and I go to the Create All Columns, that will be a more comprehensive template with all the columns, including depreciation, including all this stuff. And even I could use the same method here in terms of downloading an asset and using that as a template. It's always recommendable, because especially if you've never used a wizard before, will be a good way to at least get familiar with the data. Remember, in this case, we are just doing the addition. Then I will again enter the number for the assets that I want to download. Could be more than one. And then after, I will just say download using the sheet data. I could also use the form for the download, but in this case we are just concentrating on the addition piece. And I am downloading an asset just to make it easier for me to enter the data. Then again, I will do a similar stuff as I did before. You can see that I have all the columns, even with assets that I create with the quick addition, are some values that come by default. And then that is okay, because we are assuming that the wizard will take those values. And if you see even information about depreciation, current cost, accumulated depreciation, etc., they will be there. And the cool thing about the tool is that I could still put values similar to Oracle, and the values are getting validated. Then, for example, if I put a year to depreciation in an asset that is being created on the same period that I am creating the asset, then the wizard will give me an error similar to what Oracle will do. And that is because we are using the Oracle APIs, and the Oracle APIs will do those kind of validations. Then, for example, here, if I go and I put there the addition, I am using the default values used, and will apply to all the fields. And then if you see, even if I open the form, I also can see the list of values. In this case, I'm just using the default value that is addition. And then I say upload, and you see, for example, here the validation is happening. It's telling me, hey, your year-to-date depreciation cannot be completed if you are in the same period that you are putting the asset on service. Then the same rules that happen in Oracle happen here. In the same way, if I try to put an accumulated depreciation and it's any value that is wrong, the wizard is validating them and will give me the associated errors. Then that is very important, because at the end of the day, if I have errors with my data, for example, if I bring it from another Excel spreadsheet or things like that, that also will validate that. Now, my years are a little off, then it's just because this book doesn't have a lot of transactions, and I keep it low in the years. But if you see, even if I have differences between, in this case I'm using the depreciation, but if I have difference on the data or the data is inconsistent, it's not that the data will be created, and always will be validated. Always I will be able to see the errors, and then I will be able to change them just following the instructions. Like, for example, in this case, it's telling me your transaction date is wrong, and then until I don't fix the errors, the wizard will keep sending me errors, or the API will keep sending me errors saying you need to fix this. Then in this case, it's just telling me that my accumulated depreciation cannot be bigger than my year-to-date depreciation, because that is just logic. And then I will now upload the data, and when the data is all good, the wizard will upload and will be happy with that. Then the only challenge with the full template, more than with the quick addition, is that you have a lot of more data to worry about, and you need to also be sure that the data is consistent and will work in the same way that it will work in Oracle. When I download an asset that was previously created, the wizard again will do the data automatically, like right away. If you see, even the data for the depreciation and the accumulated depreciation is there, then you if you go to Oracle, to the Oracle forms, you will see the same data there. And then, for example, here the calculations that happen in terms of the recorded cost or the net book value, they will happen automatically also, because Oracle is calculating them. And that's it with the addition piece, and thank you very much.